This poem begins with an epigraph from the diary of Edward Monk, 1892. And I heard an unending scream piercing nature. At the Greyhound bus stations, at airports, at silent wharfs, the bodies exit the crafts. Women, men, children cast out from the new paradise. They are not there in the homeland, in Argentina, not there in Santiago, Chile, never there in Montevideo, Uruguay. They are not here in America. They are in exile, a slow scream across a yellow bridge, the jaws stretched, widening, the eyes multiplied into blood orbits, torn, whirling, spilling between two slopes, the sea, black swallowing all prayers, shadeless. Only tall, faceless figures of pain flutter across the bridge. They pace in charred suits, the hands lift, point and ache, and fly at sunset as cold, dark birds. They will hover over the dead ones, a family shattered by military, buried by hunger, asleep now with the eyes burning, echoes calling Joaquin, Maria, Andrea, Joaquin, Joaquin, Andrea, and Exilio. From here we see them. We are the ones from here, not there or across, only here, without the bridge, without the arms as blue liquid, quenching the secret thirst of unmarked graves, without our flesh journeying refuge or pilgrimage, not passengers on imaginary ships sailing between reef and sky. We that die here awake on Harrison Street, on Excelsior Avenue, clutching the tenderness of chrome radios, whispering to the saints in supermarkets, motionless in the chasms of playgrounds, searching at 9 a.m. from our third-floor cells, bowing mute, shoving the curtains with trembling speckled brown hands. Alone we look out to the wires, the summer, to the newspapers wound in knots as matches for tenements. We that look out from our miniature vestibules, peering out from our old clothes, the father's well-sewn plaid shirt pocket, an old woman's oversized wool sweater, peering out from the makeshift kitchen. We peer out to the streets, to the parades. We the ones from here, not there or across. From here, only here. Where is our exile? Who has taken it? Juan Felipe Herrera's poem strikes me as an effort to reach out to other communities, not only his own, which is the Chicano-Mexican community. Now he's mentioning South American journeys, right? And the exiles that come from South America because of war, because of hunger, other economic necessities. So it's an interesting sort of Pan-American view of the migration movements toward the United States. And this is another thing that I think people need to understand about Latino poets, is that we're not isolated communities. Our neighbors are from Central America, right? People that we communicate, that we socialize with are from the Caribbean, so that our stories, begin to sort of interweave. The last two lines of that poem, where is our exile, who has taken it? I think there are two different readings. One is that, we are disconnected, perhaps, from our family's trauma, but I don't feel I want to read it that way. I sort of want to read it as if this, again, the sense of responsibility to remember, where our exile is going to be our family's exile, even if we did not experience it directly. We do inherit those stories, we do inherit the trauma. So where is our exile, I think, is a kind of a call to those of us who come from these family histories to remember them. You have to reclaim that exile. You have to understand where you come from, right? Otherwise, you are forgetting an important part of your family history, but also dismissing and even diminishing our family's pain and struggles. So there's a sense of responsibility here. You have to remember where you come from. So where is our exile? Look for it, because it's there. This poem resonates with me because it is one poet's effort to acknowledge that there are multiple stories, there are multiple reasons for why our communities suffer traumas or have inherited traumas. I grew up in primarily a Mexican population, but then I moved to New York, and all of a sudden I'm hearing other immigrant trajectories, other kinds of exiles, or other kinds of movements. So there's a sense of we need to learn our stories, but we also need to understand those are the people standing next to us. That's another important thing about Latino poetry, is sort of giving that, offering that to those who do not know our stories. Here are our stories. Listen to our stories. Learn about who we are.